What's going on, everybody? We are back here live here in the OT radio show. And man, oh man, today we got a good show for y'all today. Ah, what can I say? I am bringing on one of my good friends. Yes, one of OT's good friends. Now, listen, she's making major moves in television and film. She's a star. She's a star. Now, y'all didn't see her on some of the hottest shows, NBC hit shows like Found, Marvel, The Spider-Man, Hulu, Reasonable Doubt, Black Lightning, FLC own alumni, TU alumni to here with your boy OC. Listen, I got DC is here with us. What's up with you, family? What is going on? Huh?
Hi, OT. What's up? Hi, everybody.
What's up? What's up? Listen, first,
Yo.
thank you for joining me here on this beautiful day. I appreciate you. But man, listen, to have you on is a blessing, right? Because a lot of people don't realize how many actors and actresses are in Philly that are doing major things. So we got you on today. And me and you talk in the background and stuff like that. So now let's go ahead and get busy, right? So
Let's go.
let's talk about it. The FLC days. So before any of y'all don't even know, tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us about the FLC days in Philly. A lot of people know you from Philly. You know what FLC is.
Yes.
No, it's Franklin Learning Center in Philadelphia.
Yes.
So let's talk about that a little bit. Let's talk about how all this came together.
It's a long story. Been around the world and yeah. Let's see. I was a dance and technology major at FLC. I love dance. Dance is my everything.
Mhm.
I thought I was going to be a dancer for the rest of my life. You couldn't have told me that I wasn't going to be. I was going to be on everybody's tour. I mean, I did get to tour some, but yeah, it was amazing. Studying under Faye Snow, rest her soul, was epic. My mom actually danced with Faye Snow,
Mm.
um, and yeah, took her classes and everything back in the day. And when I found out that Faye was going to be over at Franklin Learning Center, I had the choice of going creative performing arts or FLC.
Mhm.
And one of the big reasons why I chose FLC was because of Faye Snow, as well as you had a double major. They didn't just have you do the arts; they wanted you to have a technical side. So I did dance and technology.
Mhm.
So I love that concept. So you weren't just stuck in in one setting.
Right.
So for me, it was awesome. I loved Franklin Learning. I loved being up. I was also a captain of the cheerleading team eventually. And yeah, I mean, it was epic. I mean, FLC was legit when I went there. So,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
prayerfully it's still the same.
Mhm. Now, I know me and you talked a little bit, offline, and you talked about you going back to FLC. How did that feel?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, the opportunity came about. I mean, look, I'm gonna say my age. It's been a long time since I was at Franklin Learning Center. So yeah, I graduated from FLC in 93. I think it was 93, 94, something like that. I don't know. It's all mixed
Mhm.
together. When you get when you're of age, it all
Yeah.
goes together.
Yeah.
So yeah, so yeah, it was. I mean, I had never spoken there before.
Mhm.
And so coming home to Philly, I just happened to be in Philadelphia, so a lot of things kind of lined up at the time. I was there for my aunt's funeral,
Mhm.
unfortunately. But yeah, I had the opportunity to speak to the kids, the dance majors as well as the acting majors. So yeah, that was awesome. And also to share that with Nakia Dillard, who also went to FLC, and we both were on Black Lightning,
Mhm.
as well as Antoinette Coward. So she also was a dance major there, and
Mhm.
she owns a dance school in Philadelphia as well. And so to share that time with them up there and speaking back and giving back in that way and being of service to the school and answering questions to the youth and letting them know how they can get involved in the entertainment industry and what they should be working on their craft and
Mm-hmm.
studying up on
Mm-hmm.
was awesome.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Listen, I know how that will feel, make you feel that you coming back and everybody like, oh, there she is. You like, yeah, it's me. You know what I mean? You know, because
Yeah,
you're
but
real
it was
humble. You
all
real
new faces. It was all new.
wow.
I didn't know any of those people. Like that was
Wow.
crazy. I didn't know anybody there except for Antoinette.
Right.
And then, of course, my bestie had came through because that's
Mm-hmm.
what she do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Shout
Terry
out.
Kimyatta. Shout out,
Mm-hmm.
I'm Terry Kimyatta Wilson,
Uh-huh.
professor extraordinaire,
Professor.
writer, director,
Yeah.
producer, author. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's a beast.
Yes, she is. So tell me, what was your breakthrough moment when you realized like this is where it is as far as acting?
Wow. Hmm. There was there was quite a few, I would say, breakthrough moments.
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't just one because, like I said, I wasn't planning on acting. Acting was not my jam. Even though we got to partake in it at FLC, we had to partake in every genre of the arts.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I didn't see myself as doing the acting thing, and
Mm-hmm.
so I blew my knees out doing a dance movie here
Uh-huh.
called Beach
Oh.
Street Resurrection. I don't know if you remember the original Beach Street.
Yes, yes, I remember it.
Yes.
I remember it.
But it was called Beach Street Resurrection. So I blew my knees out doing that. That was hard for me because I was like, okay, you getting up there now. You can't be, getting on like these youngins out there. But I held my own, But yeah, I think that's when I had to figure out how I was gonna parlay this and switch it up.
Uh-huh.
And I had quite a few mentors, but one of my mentors at the time was Mel Jackson from Deliver Us from Eva, Soul Food.
Mm-hmm.
And he kind of like told me that I should, think about, producing, styling. So I started working behind the camera
Mm-hmm.
as well as in front of the camera. So that was like one breakthrough moment because he was
Uh-huh.
like, you can do it all. Like you are talented enough to touch all of this.
Mm-hmm.
So I started thinking outside the scope of just acting.
Yes.
So that was one breakthrough. And then another breakthrough was when I got with Natalia Livingston,
Mm-hmm.
and she played Emily Quartermain on General Hospital.
Mm-hmm.
And I took her class,
Mm-hmm.
and she just breathed life into me in a way
Mm-hmm.
that it wasn't that I didn't have the skill to act. It was, I would say, it was the mindset for me
Mm-hmm.
was not I wasn't as secure in it because it was something I had to kind of like start over and learn. Dancing was like effortless,
Right.
but acting, of course, like anything, takes work.
Right.
But I wasn't sure how I would do with the copy, like memorization, and me in school. I got through college.
Right.
I did my thing, but I was like, these lines, though. Can I
Yeah.
do this?
Yeah.
And God showed me through the mentors and the people around me and Natalia that I was enough and that I could do this, and that's all I needed. And it
Mm-hmm.
just kind of opened up the floodgates. And I did a showcase
Mm-hmm.
for her school at the time, and that's where how I got my agent that I'm with now. They once were People Store, now they're Formation,
Okay.
and that was the biggest that was the biggest turn for me then. Once I got with them, that changed everything. The level of work that I got, the projects
Mm-hmm.
that I worked on, um, people seeing me more than just a 1-2 liner actor,
Right.
like a under five.
Mm-hmm.
And things just started growing. I stayed committed. I stayed in my classes with her. I started working with a couple other actors, Christine Horn,
Mm-hmm.
the booking magnet. She's a beast. Look her up. Her classes are amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And working with her also, she filled my toolbox. That also was another level. Once I worked with her, it took me even higher.
Mm-hmm.
And the projects that I started booking, because I got confident, I knew who I was, I knew what I was bringing, and I made a decision to just be myself.
Right.
Like, not that you're not going to have characters that are different, but I look at the characters as a piece of me, an
Mm-hmm.
evolution of me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and she gave me what I needed in my toolbox to be able to really, dig in deep and elevate it and just be confident. I made a decision to keep my locks,
Mm-hmm.
um, and not try to. Not that there's nothing wrong with wearing wigs and things like that, because that's what I did back in the day. But I made a decision that I wanted to be my authentic self.
Mm-hmm.
And that also was another turning point. Once I made that decision, stuff was coming.
Now you said
So,
something that was very important that I think a lot of people need to hear. Taking classes and
mm,
perfecting your craft. How important
mhm.
is that?
Oh, it's everything. The more you work at your craft, the more you study, and there's different ways to study. I know some people may not have the funds to always take classes, but there's ways you can go about it. Look, YouTube is a beast, okay?
Yeah.
There's a lot of free opportunities out there that you can study on YouTube, but I still say being in class or having yourself, at this point, I have acting coaches,
Mm-hmm.
but because my schedule doesn't always permit me to be in class.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I highly recommend you get with somebody that's actually a working actor or that has like worked in this industry like big time. Like
Mm-hmm.
I said, Natalia Livingston, she's not necessarily acting full time right now, but she has an Emmy. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
Work with people. I worked with Rick Hurst, and he also has Emmys. And
Mm-hmm.
so it's about working with people that can elevate you. You
Yeah.
always want to get better.
Yeah.
You and also when you're watching movies and watching TV shows, you should be breaking that down.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at their choices. I mean, I can't watch movies like I used to. I'm
Right.
sitting there, I'm looking at, oh, that two shot, that wide shot. Oh, if they would have moved in, now you got that. If they would have pulled focus a little more, or that was dope. Did you see that aerial shot come in?
Right.
Damn, boom! Like it's just different for me. Her
Mm-hmm.
choice to laugh or to cry or the emotion, the levels,
Yeah.
that different artists bring to a role.
Mhm.
I'm always a student. You should always be a student.
Yeah.
There's no time, no matter what level you are in this game, you should always want to learn
Mhm.
more, learn something new.
Yep. Always. Always.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
let's talk about right now and what's going on right now with you, because I know a lot of people are looking at this move at the show Found, right?
Yes.
So let's talk about how your role expanded on Found.
Yeah.
How did you
Oh my
feel?
God.
How did you feel? How did you feel? Because when it
Woo!
first came on, I was watching. I was
It's
like, "Oh, this is
quick.
my homegirl right here." I was like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
it was quick.
yeah, yeah."
It's quick. Let me tell you, to be in a smaller market like Atlanta, it's growing now.
Mhm.
Atlanta,
What
and
about? Okay, yeah, you here?
oh, hold on a second. I'm sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, it's still not on. Yeah, but to be in Atlanta, which is a smaller market, but we're growing and doing amazing things. To be able to have a role like that on Found, we in the past, I'll say the past, didn't get a lot of opportunities like that
Mhm,
to be able to be on a show like that.
mhm.
So in my mind, it was a pilot when it came to me. The funny thing is, I wasn't even going to audition. I was sick as a dog. I was sick as a dog when that audition came across my plate.
Uh-huh.
And I had a girlfriend who came over who needed some help with a audition for Marvel.
Mhm,
And so I was coached because I also coach sometimes.
mhm.
And so I was coaching her through her audition. I was getting ready to coach her through her audition, but she took a little extra time. She had to put her makeup on. So I said, well, you know what? Let me beat my face a little bit and do my slate, which
Mhm,
is where you say your name, your height, sometimes your agency, and where you live.
mhm.
And so I did my slate, and then I was fully dressed, of course, ready to that I could do my audition. But I was like, you know what? Let me just record her voice saying the lines that I
Mhm.
needed her to say for my audition real quick because I could play it back in post and do it that way.
Yeah.
Because I was, like I said, sick as a dog. So we did her audition, and then when we were done with her, she said, "Niece, you sure you don't want to just do yours? You're dressed already. You got everything." I said, you know what, Liv? All right, let's do it.
Mhm.
So she's getting ready to read the lines. And I said, no, Liv, just hold the phone up in the air
because the scene was like the scene that you saw in the first episode. So we're
Yeah.
watching the TV. So I said, just hold it up in the air and play it back. So I did 2 takes. I did one way and did one another way. And then I was like, that, boom, it is what it is. We got it done. I'm going back to bed. I'm sick. I made some good choices and called it a day.
Right.
So after that, I eventually, some time passed and I got a call like, you've been approved by network. And I was like, okay, what that mean? Because usually they were like, you got a call back, or you're on a veil check, and it was new language. I was like, okay, I don't know what this means, but all right, that's nice that they approved me. So then my agent was like, niece, you're booked. I said, you sure? Because they ain't say book, they said about. He's like, yeah, you're booked. So that was huge for me. I to know that, and then to go in, mind you, it was just a couple lines, and it's a pilot. There's never a guarantee with pilots. So from that point, let's skip and say I went. First of all, I went there, and I didn't have my glasses on at the time because that's also a big deal. So I go for my fitting, and I'm about to drive, but I was like, oh my God, like I can't see. I don't have my glasses on. I gotta get there. So I had these glasses that I was planning on sending back to the company because they put a tint in them. And that was not what I requested.
Right.
But I had to get there. So I get there, I got these glasses on, not these ones, another pair. And I go in, I'm trying on all the clothes for my fitting for the pilot. And then I leave. So boom, day of shooting, go back, get ready to shoot. They're like, I'm like, okay, I'm going out there. I was like, wait, do they want me in these glasses? Or do they want me to just, without it? So they called up to the our showrunner and the creator of the show, Nkechi Okoro Carol, Nkechi, excuse me. And she was like, oh yeah, we want her in the glasses. It's a vibe. So that's the first part of how Shaker started.
Wow.
And mind you, this is also a big deal. Detective Shaker was written for a Caucasian male. I'm not a Caucasian male.
You sure ain't.
Right. And then so when I got the set to shoot, they were like, yo, we knew you were Shaker when we saw you, even though we wrote it for a Caucasian male. Everyone, not a single person in the production team, the producers, the network, nobody, everybody said I was Shaker, although it was written for a Caucasian male. So that was huge for me too.
Yeah, because now, like you've been in a lot of movies and you've been in a lot of TV shows, and everybody now like found this the new thing, right? Netflix now is playing it now and everything else. But I would say this, right? Doing all the times, like you've been in Black Lightning, you've been in Reasonable Doubt. Was this like the one that you knew, like, yo, I'm about to take this to a whole nother level?
Yeah, I just knew. I knew. I felt it. In the day that we shot, the day that we were shooting, Demaine Davis said to me, do you feel it? Do you feel it? And I was like, yeah. She was like, it's a vibe. Like we all were locked in. We knew it was going to go past pilot. We just felt it. The chemistry between me and Brett was amazing. And we wound up being partners on the show. And it was just from the moment on, we all connected. It was a vibe. Like we all knew it was something special. These stories had to be told, and it was going to happen. And I remember Demaine saying to me, hand me your glasses, hand me your glasses. Oh, we got to get these things right. We're going to get you an eyeglasses. So the first season I wore my actual personal glasses. By season 2, they went and found, I don't even know how they found those glasses. I searched because I wanted more than one pair. I searched and could not get them. They got them. Network can do a lot. So they were able to get them glasses. I don't know if they called Gwen Stefani people up or what they did, but because those were lambs, Gwen Stefani lambs. And yeah, Yeah, it just, and I felt like, this is a side note, I felt like every episode that I was on past the pilot at first was a test. It felt like a test to me, because in my own way, I felt like I was carrying the weight of all of Georgia on my
Right.
back, like all the actors, because we didn't have these opportunities all like that. So I
Hmm.
felt like I gotta be on my game.
Right.
I was like, I don't know how, because procedural is another thing. Procedural is totally different than other genres. There's a pace to it. You
Hmm.
gotta get go, get go, get go.
Hmm.
And I was like, I always said I would never do a procedural. And God is funny,
Yes,
because
he
I
is.
did The Resident, I
Mhm.
did Black Lightning. My role on Echoes was procedural. Like, it just, that was what coming my way.
Right.
But I was prepared for that because of my dance background.
Hmm.
So I still get to use dance in a way now. With procedural, like I said, it's a count, it's a step, it's a boom. I started using it like choreography: 5, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 3, 2, 3, 4. So pick up your gun: 3, 2, 3, 4. Put the paper down. Blah, blah. Like I literally had a whole routine. If you watch, you might be able to see the count. I don't know. If you're really good, you might be able to find the count up in there. So, but I had my own dance thing going on, and it was
Hmm.
awesome because it showed me once again I'm enough and I can do this.
Right.
I'm capable.
Right.
I'm more than capable
Right.
to own Shaker, and Shaker is me.
Yes.
Is another side of me.
Hmm.
I call it my PMS version, but she don't play. She be telling you like, look, she funny, but she don't play.
So, how do you stay ready between roles?
Oh, honestly, I also, like I said, coach, or I read for other people. So I'm constantly working the craft.
Okay.
I did it today. You know what I mean? Like, I'm constantly, for me, I constantly work, and I watch a lot of movies and TV. I
Hmm.
do, because it's stuff that genres I love, things that I want to work on, and I assess how they move. I'm, like I said, always be a student of the game. Whatever it is you're doing, be a student of it, and figure out what your service purpose is. That's also another, that's my whole thing.
Hmm.
I run on that. That's my stance. That's what I stand on. I'm walking in my service purpose. Figure out your service purpose, and from that point forward, everything gonna be cool. God can move.
Yes, he can.
So
So let's talk a little bit about your producer and your consultant side, right?
yeah.
So, how does it being a producer and being a consultant change the way like you approach acting?
Well, honestly, producing, I love to produce, and I do more like indie work when it comes to producing. I haven't been producing much lately.
Okay.
Because I've been focused on, I got the kids and they got their whole thing, and they,
Yeah.
playing in college, D1 football, and the other ones in high school playing varsity football, varsity basketball. So our schedules, me and my husband's schedules, are crazy. So I've slowed down as much when it comes to producing, because I have to, I'm work
Yeah.
life balance,
Yeah. Work life balance.
and like I said, I'm not a spring chicken, and I'm okay with that. But I'm making spring chickens look good though.
Now, let's talk a little bit about
Oh,
that work life balance, though, because a lot of times, you being a mother, being a wife, and everything. Let's talk about that work life balance. How do you do it?
do it.
Because a lot of times people say there's no such thing as work life balance because a lot of times you are at work more than you are at home. So how do you
Um,
do it mentally of being that wife, and then you have to be that mother, and then you have to be that sports mother, right? You know what I mean? How do you balance all that?
I'll tell you the truth. It wasn't always balanced. It's way more balanced now. It was
Okay.
way out of pocket, out of balance when I was first getting going. I was like, you ain't gonna stop this show. Baby, daddy, hubby, mommies, mother, nobody's gonna stop this show. This train was moving. Get
Uh-huh.
on board or you're gonna get left.
Right.
And but that was not necessarily the right way, I don't
Mhm.
believe. I had to figure it out. It took time. I still figuring it out, to be honest. I just work really hard at trying to put my family and kids first.
Mhm.
Um, pray about it. And honestly, it's been working out. Sometimes the projects clash and sometimes they don't. It's rare that they do, because I have a great relationship with my team,
Mm-hmm.
and they understand what I'm willing to do and what I'm willing not to do. And they work really hard to work in that framework for me.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so like I said, it's a day by day, throw it up in the air. Sometimes some stuff some balls will drop. That's a fact.
Right.
And you got to be okay with that. And I
Right.
am okay with it because I work hard for it not to happen that
Mm-hmm.
often. But um yeah, I work really hard to be there for the boys
That's good.
at this stage in my life. I mean, I wasn't, like I said, I didn't always think with that mindset,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, it's been working out pretty good. And the support of my family, my
Mm-hmm.
friends, of course, my husband, like I could not do this without him.
Mm-hmm.
So I do acknowledge the fact that I'm blessed more than most. Like I can pick what roles I really want to work on,
Mm-hmm.
where and not be worried if I'm gonna have a roof over my head, food on my on my table.
Right.
You know, with him having a steady, job,
Mm-hmm.
I can make those choices probably more so than others.
Right.
And I do acknowledge that. And I am blessed to have that. And I'm grateful and thankful. And that's why I really move in my service purpose to try to help other people. So as far as consulting, things like that, I really work diligently to try to uplift other artists and guide people as best as I can and
Mm-hmm.
give them information, the information I wish I had, you know what I mean? Where so they can avoid some of the speed bumps. But sometimes people don't want to put that work in. People don't realize it's not, oh yeah, I can act and I'm just gonna show up. No, ma'am, no, sir. You gotta put that work in, you gotta prove it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get out there and work on some student films, go find out what universities are in your area, get on those student films, start making your own reel, you know what I mean, by having putting in that work. And I really feel like student films is it. Like really work on these small projects. You're not gonna make no money at first, and that's just a fact. You just not.
Yeah.
So and be okay with that or making little. I mean, for me, I did a lot of background work so I could figure out what was hot in Atlanta. You
Okay.
know what I mean? What was popping here? Figure out what schools. So I ain't wasting money. What schools are
Mm-hmm.
the best schools? Um, and who's who, and pray about it. For me, God is a big component of why I do what I do and how I do what I do.
Mm.
And I know people got different beliefs, but to be honest, that's how things have been moving the way they've been moving, and I've been blessed to be able to work on the projects I've been working on because I literally have been leveling up.
Yeah.
Um, and at the same time, I still work on projects where I'm not really making money
Mm-hmm.
if I believe in the project.
Right.
Not that that's not that's a special project because this is like I said, time is money, money is time.
Uh,
So I really have to believe it. A lot of times it's because I know the person. I don't just
right.
do random work like
Right.
that.
So
Yeah.
I got to talk to you about because I'm going to double back, right? And
Hmm.
you going to go to FLC and speaking to everybody. And you talked about your service purpose. Now you're
Hmm.
doing a lot of mentoringship, right?
Hmm.
How
Hmm.
is the mentoringship so important to you and giving back? Why is that so
It's
important to you?
Oh, absolutely, because people gave to me. And watching my mom move and how she flowed and how she works. My mom taught for what, 39 and a half years
Mm-hmm.
in this inner city in North Philly. You know what I'm saying? And watching her at her different schools at Wanamaker and one of the other schools that she worked at, watching how she gave back. My mom, I mean, I didn't understand it back then. I was kind of pissed. I ain't gonna
Uh-huh.
lie. Love you,
Uh-huh.
mommy.
Yeah.
But I didn't understand like the time that she was given. She wasn't getting paid for the bonus time that she was given, the money she donated, the things
Mm-hmm.
that she did to help these children. She taught about 3 to 4 generations of families. So they all knew her, the great grandparents, the grandparents, the kids, like the whole family. Like
Right.
everybody knew my mom in Philly. And
Mm-hmm.
so watching how she moved and how she gave back, how she fostered kids that quite a few kids out of her school she was fostering. I have 2 foster sisters that I grew up with, but then other kids she took under her wings, her and Miss Lamb. Virginia Lamb, they was known in the city. They doing big things. Um, just how watching their service. They
Right.
never stopped. My mom didn't get in the house until past 11 o'clock at night. Got back up to go at it again at 4 or 5 in the morning. Teachers weren't like that.
No, it was
Well, they're not like
not
that
like that
now.
now.
Like,
Yes.
but the way that they moved, they gave their blood, sweat, and tears. And sometimes, but my mom always did her best to show up at my shows. She didn't miss my shows. She didn't miss a lot of my practices. But watching her how she served, that was like important to me. To see everybody, it was like a united front. Everybody helped me in my journey.
Hmm.
Through my hardships in school, some of the learning difference I had, and my challenges, they were right there. It was a village. And so growing up with that, how can you not but want to, give back, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
and be of service. And so for me, that's big on my service purpose. I used to be a clinician, so I used to counsel people with schizophrenia, bipolar psychosis, dual diagnosis.
Hmm.
And it's funny, I did that for several years. And then I worked my way right back down into the entertainment industry, which is now my present service purpose. That was my service purpose then, but this is where God sees fit for me to be now. And I
Hmm.
feel like I do more therapy at times on set than I did when I got paid to do it,
Mm.
because I'm constantly asking God, show me and give me the opportunity to be on a set you think where I can be the best help or the best example for you.
Right.
And that's, I mean, honestly, that's how I don't end up working on some of these shows, because that's where he wanted me to be. And trust me, there was an assignment every time.
Yep. Yep. You don't move until God tells you to move, and that's always the number one rule.
Mhm.
And like
Sometimes you
I
got to
said,
sit still. Sometimes you
yeah,
got to sit still. We not
yeah.
patient people.
So what legacy are you trying to build in the industry, in the entertainment
Mm.
industry?
Well, it goes back to my service purpose. So for me, I'm trying to show people that they are not alone, that I can laugh with you, I can cry with you. I want to be the voice for the voiceless and the face for the faceless.
Hmm.
And I want to leave an imprint that either awakens people
Hmm.
or helps people in a way that I stop them from doing maybe something they shouldn't do. So the legacy that I'm trying to leave behind is one of love and a light, shining a light on something.
Okay. Okay.
And yeah, and faith, believing that you are enough, showing people that you are enough, knowing that you are enough. And I feel like a lot of people don't feel that or know that.
Hmm.
They look for validation from other places, but when you drew breath, you had a purpose. God
Mm.
felt like you needed to be here. So I just want to remind people of that. You
Mm.
are the best. You're one of one. Can't nobody do what you do. Nobody can be you. Only you can be you. Only you can serve the way that needs to be served. Only you can be that voice in the way that you need to be the voice, because it's you. You're
Shoot.
beautiful. You're light. And that's what I want to leave behind. Letting people know that they're enough and that they're a light in their own way.
Mm, mm, mm. Well, you know what? That went well. I don't even need to ask the last question because actually, to tell you the truth, you didn't already said it. I mean, you didn't already gave the breakdown already. You know what I mean? Listen, I was about to be like, yo, give me one piece of advice that someone watching right now, they feel like giving up, and you didn't already gave it.
You enough.
Yeah.
Don't stop. Because usually when you about to stop, that's when your breakthrough about to happen. Trust me. This
Wow.
business is not for the faint of hearts. I wanted to stop 1,000,000,001 times. And literally, every time I thought about it,
Mhm.
literally, and I stuck through it, I lie to you not. Next day was the call.
Mm, mm, mm,
Was the call.
mm.
So don't stop. If you don't stop, your number will be called.
Yeah.
Everybody has a number. You just got to stay in it. Your number will get called if you're putting that work in and that due diligence, and you're putting all that you got forth. Your number will get called. They will eventually see it.
Yep. Yep. Well, listen. I'm happy. I'm glad that you are doing well. Seeing
Thank
you,
you.
amazing. Give the love to the family, the husband, mother-in-law,
Yes.
all of them. You know what I mean? The sons, all of them. And wow, you know what I have to do?
Yeah.
We talked in the background. I have to do a whole, yeah, I'm gonna do a whole month to just
Yeah.
bring on all Philly actors, actress.
Please. It's
Yeah,
so much
it's so
talent
many.
there. Like I was
Yeah,
saying, Nakia Dillard, he helps the youth there. He has an acting school called Atkins Act.
yeah.
And he's amazing artist. We, like I said, we worked on Black Lightning together.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, and he also went to SLC.
Yep.
So it's like, it's just so much talent. And I've been blessed to work with so many different artists, so many different people along my way. And even
Mm-hmm.
the show, even the movie I just worked on, I worked with some amazing actors. Kaya from Reasonable Doubt, season
Mm-hmm.
3 that just happened, was one of the co-leads. And then I worked along with Greg Allen Williams,
Mm-hmm.
Maria Howell, and yeah, it was that's called The Goat. That's a student film that's coming out.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be in the on the circuit and in the festivals too.
Okay.
But
Okay.
yeah, man, like but working with people from Philly that I know, and like I said, Black Lightning, for I don't know how they did it. They had a whole bunch of Philly people on there, and I look, when I go home to Philly, I be wanting my ishkabibbles, but I don't eat meat
Right.
really anymore, so
Right.
it's a challenge.
Right.
So, but ishkabibbles, and the reason why I'm saying ishkabibbles because they had this thing called gremlins, which is grape and lemonade. On
Mm-hmm.
a set of Black Lightning, they had freaking gremlins, and I was like, see, look. They had all the little Philly like things that we love, you know what I mean? Had them joints out there. It was like
Right.
legit. All my Philly accents all coming out my little twang, you know. Got that joint.
Right. Right. Listen. Listen, Joan. You seen that Joan last week? Yeah, that Joan was
Right?
banging.
Yeah, I
Right.
mean, yeah, I mean, yeah.
Oh man. Well, listen. Go ahead and tell everybody where they can find you at. Any matter of
Okay.
fact, any new things that you doing? Let's talk about that a little bit before we get off.
Oh, well, that's that was the last thing I was talking about.
Yeah.
I just worked on the goat.
Oh, yeah.
And the goat is based, it's not the goat, the cartoon that's out now, the animation,
Right.
but it's a thesis film. And basically it's about a young lady who's trying to recreate a recipe from her ancestors that was passed down through her
Mm.
ancestors. And it's a dramedy. It's got a lot of comedy and it's humor. But yeah, it's written and directed by Anna Wright. And yes, it was an amazing opportunity to work with a star-studded cast.
Oh wow.
And
Wow.
yeah, it was legit. It was absolutely me. So that I just flew back. I shot that in Ohio,
Mm-hmm.
and I just came back this Monday that just passed. Yeah,
See. See, big things is
yeah.
happening. Big things is happening. Well, we're gonna have to call up the director. Gotta bring on, you know what I mean, for we can have a conversation about that show, about that
Oh
nice
yeah,
little short film. We
yeah,
got it because it's gonna be on the circuit, so y'all be
yeah.
able to see it like on, like Sundance is gonna be down there in Sundance a little bit.
Yeah, hopefully. I don't know which one she's putting it in, but I know she's trying to do the ones for this Oscar contention. So yeah,
Ooh,
we'll see. Yeah,
ooh. We
we'll
might see that little trophy in the back. We might see the trophy in the back. Yeah.
see. Yeah, that would be lovely.
All
Legit
right.
lovely.
Listen. All right. So just go ahead and give everybody where they can find you at on
Okay.
Instagram, social media.
Yes. So IG is my main space. That's at Anisa Anisa Nyell Nyell J. So Anisa Nyell J on Instagram. And then of course I'm Googleable, but you can check me out on IMDb to keep up on the projects that I worked on. The only thing that's probably not on there is my commercials, which I've done quite a few.
Yeah.
And yeah, got my Dicks commercial with Charles Barkley. And then I had Domino's and
Mm-hmm.
Capital One, and then Travato Prep. Yeah, so there's quite a lot of commercials, but you can see the film and TV side over there.
Yeah.
So
All
yeah.
right, well, listen. Well, thank you so much for joining us here on the show.
Thank
I'm trying to
you.
get, I'm trying to get my house, my elementary homeboy, Eugene.
Who?
Eugene,
Eugene.
yeah, yup, Eugene. He was in, but Anaconda. He was in Law and Order. He was in, what's that Marvel?
I love
One.
it. And
Yeah,
we
yeah,
all from Philly.
yeah. Me and him, like I seen him down 30th Street, and
Uh-huh. What
I,
elementary school was that?
St. Vincent.
Same as
St.
okay, okay,
Vincent.
okay.
Yeah, St. Vincent. You know that little small little Catholic school out there
Mm-hmm.
down St. Vincent. Now was I think it's some kind of academy now. But I
Okay.
seen him down 30th Street, and he ran up on me, and I didn't even know. Like he ran up on
Hey
me, and he was like,
Eugene.
"Yeah." I'm like, "Yo, what up with you?" He like, "Yo, what's up, man? What you doing?" I'm like, "Yo, bro, listen, me and you, I love you to death, but don't ever run up on me like that again, bro. Like I don't even care. Don't do that." And he started cracking up. He was like, "Yeah, yep, you still the same way. You
Ain't
still the
no
same
change.
way. Yeah, you still the same way." I was like, "Dude, don't do that, man." You know what I mean? I don't even care if you a star or not, dude. I will crumble you. So
Look,
and that was a
we
while
still in
ago.
these Philly streets,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, like for real. So but yeah, I'm gonna get him on. I'm gonna get him on because he's been doing a lot of
Yeah.
things since we was young. Like he been in like a lot of people don't even know, like he been in a Pepsi commercial with Michael Jackson. You know what I mean? Like he
Oh,
been doing that
yeah.
for a while. So yeah, but I am gonna try to gather all of the Philly actors, actress,
Be dope.
everybody. Yeah, because we out there. We out there. And a lot
Yeah,
of
and
people don't know that.
Nafisa killing it too right now. She's working on Rivals, I think. I think she's still shooting it. I don't know. But
Okay.
that takes place over, I think, in London. Like,
Mm, mm.
yeah,
Yeah,
Philly
so we
stand
gonna
up.
listen. So we're gonna get them. We're gonna get them. We're gonna get them, and we just gonna have one beautiful month to just have them all on, and then I'm gonna try to just get everybody on at once to have a whole big segment that people can,
Oh, that'd be dope.
you know,
And connect.
yeah, and ask questions. Like have everybody
Yes.
like it be one little as they call it, a web seminar.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
All right. Well, look, I
Yes.
appreciate you. Enjoy the family. Husband should be walking in hopefully soon.
Yeah,
You know what I
I
mean?
thought I heard the door. I heard the door. I feel like I hear the door. I hear the door. Yep.
All right. Well, get a
Yep.
love to everybody. Get a love to everybody. And
I
I will be talking
will.
to you soon.
I will. Thank
All
you
right.
so much for having me,
Oh, yeah, for
OT.
sure. For sure. All right. I'll talk to you.
All
Oh,
right.
man.
Bless you.
Listen. Bless you. Blessings. Hey, look, good show. Good show for y'all today. Today, man, we gotta shout out everybody from Philly that is doing big things. But hey, she came on, she dropped them jewels for y'all. Like your boy OT always say, your vision, your purpose, and your voice matters. That's gonna always be that. So always understand that. That's always matter. And if someone asks you how you doing today, you always say, I'm doing better than yesterday. I love y'all. Y'all be good. And tomorrow we got my girl Tay Cheese is coming on now. Y'all seen her? She's been blowing up the airwaves. She's been blowing up the reels, the YouTube, the Twitter. She do a lot of Southern line dancing, but she's going to be joining us here tomorrow at 7:15. And then next week we have, wow, we like booked up for the whole month of February. And we're actually grabbing people for March and April. So we actually got it going on right now. But check us out. Make sure you subscribe, like, and hit that like button, hit that notification button just to get all of the things that are coming here on the OT radio show. Listen, I love y'all. Y'all be good. And hey, I'll see y'all tomorrow, same time, same place. All right. Peace. Love.